The stage is set for the showdown in Milwaukee. We are just hours away from the first GOP presidential debate tonight at 9 p.m. Eastern, right here on Fox News. 8 Republican candidates getting their first big shot to convince you, the American voter, that they have what it takes to be the GOP nominee. The candidates itching to get things started. Watch here.
I'm the only one whose sole purpose is running to be the 47th president of the United States.
The way I'm preparing is by talking to voters. That's actually what I think matters more than getting prepped memos from super PAC paid political consultants with pre-prepped robotic attack lines against my opponents. No.
We've got a country to save. That's why we have to have a new generational leader.
I've been preparing for this first Republican presidential debate my whole life.
How about if we put the person with the best character in as the next president?
The last thing I want to talk about or think about is a presidential candidate with his shirt off.
This is really my first opportunity on a broad scale to introduce myself to American.
I'm going to be the only one on that stage that grew up, working on a farm, working on a ranch.
The Republican contenders are handling debate prep in lots of ways, unusual ways, too. Vivek Ramaswamy posting a video of himself going shirtless to play some tennis and claiming it's all part of his unique preparation. But that doesn't hold a candle to what happened to Doug Burgum. Just this morning, right before newsroom, we got word in our ear that the governor had injured himself playing basketball. You can see him here limping in crutches after tearing his Achilles tendon during a pickup basketball game that, unfortunately for him, went horribly wrong. Burgum was rushed to local ER in Milwaukee. He has been discharged from the hospital. He says he will debate, but will he be able to stand?
In North Dakota, there's a phrase called Cowboy Up. So many Americans make so many sacrifices. Think of law enforcement, think of military, what they do for all of us. I mean, if you're going to lead this country, you ought to be able to stand on one leg for 2 hours. Pain's not a factor at this point.
All right, here we are. The only pain that we feel here in Milwaukee is Harold tonight. It's really hot, guys. It is 7 degrees hotter here than Miami. And Harold, let me give you the first crack at it before you melt.
Well, tonight's going to be a good night. Dana, I would echo everything you've said. This is, I think, debates and discourse are important for the country. They're important for the democracy, and obviously tonight for the Republican Party. I think voters are going to be looking for a few things. Who has that common touch? Who's able to talk about the issues in a way that doesn't belittle or, for that matter, demean others? 2, who's able to talk with some specificity around some of the substance, the economy, war and peace, national security, which I include the border as a part of, schools and crime. I hope to hear all of them talk about those things. And you better believe that Brett and Martha are going to ask some tough questions, as they should, about how not only they would lead the country, but how might they work together with both parties in the House and the Senate. But this is the first step, the first night. And I got to tell you, I'm looking forward to it. I'm really looking forward to the sun shifting. Also, before as the show goes on.
Jesse, you'd be able to push him over with one finger. What are you looking for tonight, Jesse?
I think we want to see someone with common sense solutions, a clear vision, someone who's comfortable in their own skin, maybe wit, maybe charm, relaxed aggression. But Ron DeSantis is under a ton of pressure. He's lost momentum. He's lost a lot of money. He's reshuffled his campaign, and it's going to be a big pile-on. So donors and his supporters are probably looking to see whether this guy can make it. And we don't know if he's going to be able to make it or not. He can't look annoyed when they do the split screen, and he has to show that if anything happens to Trump, he has to be the one to consolidate the base and be there. Vivek is on the rise. DeSantis is probably going to take a few shots at him. The guy's on TV more than Kilmeade. Ugh. He's bright. He's got a sunny, optimistic message that is connecting with people. He could fizzle out next month, or he could gain a lot of traction. The jury's still out. He's never really been attacked on his record, but he'll be attacked tonight. Christie, you're going to see a lot of Chris Christie, whether you like it or not. He's trying to tangle with anybody on the stage. He's going to insult Donald Trump, and he's going to probably collide with anything that gets in his way and fight for attention. Now, Scott is the Mr. Nice Guy. He's done nothing so far. He needs a breakout moment. Nikki also needs a breakout moment. She needs something to get a little more traction. And the guy that broke his leg, I've never heard of him before. And Asa Hutchinson.
That's what you say every time we talk about him, though.
I've never talked about him before.
All right, Judge Janine, one thing that was pretty surprising to me, maybe it shouldn't have been, but in the Washington Post this morning, they talked about name ID. And we've been talking about these candidates for a few months now, and I think a lot of our viewers would be familiar with many of them. But across the board, when you have this many viewers turning in tonight, it really is a chance for them to make a first impression. What's the best way to do that? You've actually debated in a contest like this.
Well, in statewide race, certainly nothing at this level, but there's no question. Look, the elephant in the room is Donald Trump. That's the one name that everybody knows. Vivek Ramaswamy, I mean, he may be known to certain parts of the country, but people don't know that name. They don't even know in many cases how to pronounce it. Chris Christie is someone that people may remember from 4 years ago. But at the same time, look, it's got to be, tonight is a make or break night. There is no clear leader tonight. And DeSantis has lost momentum. He's lost momentum. I mean, what happened to the guy who won his race in Florida by 20 points? Now he's stiff, he's unrelatable, he's lost points. And then, of course, you've got Vivek, who I think speaks a populist message. I mean, he's run into some problems, but he's never run for office before. But he sounds like he says things that make a lot of sense. And of course, Mike Pence, he's got a problem. I mean, you've got people who support Donald Trump, and, Donald Trump put a sticker on him, and Mike Pence isn't going to be able to wipe that sticker off his head. Chris Christie is going to be the bully tonight. Chris Christie is going to be the guy who's going to go out there and just beat up on everybody. Tim Scott is a sweetheart. He's a nice guy. He's got experience in the Senate. Nikki Haley, I don't understand it. This woman has been hitting the ground constantly, and I think she was the second to announce, and yet she is only in the single digits. She doesn't seem to be making it. And I agree with Jesse. I think Burgum, I mean, I don't care. And Asa Hutchinson, I don't care, But look, I'm excited about tonight. I can't wait to see it.
Greg, one of the things that we showed at the beginning was, there's a little bit of sports going on in this campaign so far. And Vivek was hitting the burpees this morning with his wife in the garage and hitting these tennis balls with no shirt on, and got good foot movement there.
Yeah. Good to see he doesn't wax either. I find that disturbing. I think it's clever of Burgum. Is that his name, Burgum?
Yes.
To use a crutch as a crutch, and it's also good to see your candidates in shape. People don't know this. I got the job at the 5 after beating Greta Van Susteren in arm wrestling. So I think it's important. But I do find it a little gratuitous because it defeats the purpose. If you no longer stand out, if you copy somebody else, then what's the point? And I think it kind of starts to come off as a little thirsty when everybody does it. Oh, it started with RFK, right? And he killed it. Like, he did it first, and he looked great. Now, now you have, frantic staffers going, do reverse squats, wrestle a bear, do a power walk the mall holding an orphan. But the moment it gets to the public, it's already trite and it's over. And that's why it's a good tip for watching the debate, is to look for the person that is unlike the others. I think we're past that point of the establishment politician persuading us. I think that Trump pretty much obliterated that. I don't think you're ever going to kind of get that thing. And then you got the promise of Joe Biden as an established politician who, like many who came before, lied through his teeth. We know that they're shysters. So you got to find that one person among this conveyor belt of candidates with a personality. It's like looking at a band. It's like the Sex Pistols. You can only name Johnny Rotten. You don't know the others. I feel that way with the debate. You only know the names of a few people, and they're the ones with personality. I think Vivek is probably the Johnny Rotten of that crew right now. And I think that my only other advice is persuasive beats applause lines, right? You might get a clap here and there, but if you can accurately talk about the decline in American life and how you're going to turn that around and how your competitors can't do the same thing, that's better than getting, a pop on Twitter or X.
Or X, whatever we're calling it these days.
Yes.
Hey, Judge, you would love it here. There's some country music going on outside. I can hear it. I don't know if you can there at home.
Yeah.
Greg would be loving
Yes.
this music,
Yeah,
as he should. All right, well, we're counting down to the debate. It all kicks off at 8:30 p.m. Eastern. Bill Hemmer and I will bring you the best pregame coverage you've ever seen in your life. And the big event with Martha and Brett Baer starts right after that at 9 p.m. sharp. Up next, President Biden won't be on the stage himself, but that's not stopping the Democrats from painting his opponents as extremists.
Hi, everyone. I'm Brian Kilmeade. I want you to do me a favor. I want you to click to subscribe to the Fox News YouTube page. This is the only way that I know for sure that you're not going to miss any great commentary, any great news bites, any great interviews coming your way on Fox. You can get it all here on YouTube. So subscribe right now.